Here comes that game right now.
Yeah, all you have to do is take a look at the matches that happened yesterday. Arco managed to take a crown against him. Anyone can beat anyone at any time. That's why we do these matches, and sometimes there's a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and any streak can come to an end. Looking at these boards now that we've gotten started, I'm actually liking Swang's board slightly more. Both of them have a bit of a red issue though, but what a great combo by Swang to take a whole bunch of pills. I think Swang thinks that he's in Phoenix right now with all of these combos that he's doing.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a bunch of versus setups on Swong's side. That will happen. We are all uh, very much uh, able to just start code switching back to verses, I think. And man, these two are just jamming along. Adelito pulled off a really nice combo just a second ago to bring this level way down. He is already down to 10, just a dozen viruses with just a minute into this level 10. Uh, man, I how do you how do you stop something like that?
Yeah, as I mentioned, just sometimes a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, RNG. So many things can do it. But right now, Swang is not that far behind, despite the very quick work that Adelito is doing. Swang is only 10 viruses back and keeping well in this. Looks like he might be setting up another combo here of some kind, try and get the reds out horizontally to get the yellows underneath. But Adelito is out and into his level 11. I think the timer is about 138, and he has a very balanced board all the way across top to bottom. A lot of combo opportunities. This is going to be a very easy level, I think, for Adelito.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Swung doesn't want to hear. As again, Swung putting together a lot of really strong combos. I'm not sure that he's not giving up a little bit of efficiency in order to build these combos. We're just gonna have to wait and see kind of how that all works out for him. As speaking of combos, Adelito just lets an avalanche down on the right hand side of his board. That is just exactly what we want to see from him, and now he has got a 2 dozen virus lead.
Yeah, as I said at the start of this level, this is pretty much one of the best possible boards you could get if you're Adelito. And even with how much he's taken down, you can still see so many combo opportunities. But he's going to use the red here to drop down to a combo, into another drop, and just absolutely destroying this board. He's got just 10 viruses left, maintaining about 2 dozen virus lead here and not showing any sign of slowing down. So now that he's out of yellow, that might slow him down a bit depending on the pieces he gets. Meanwhile, Swung over there is a combo of his own on the left side of Beautiful Fat Log, followed by, look at this drop combo right there. That was impressive.
Yeah, that is definitely the sort of play he needs to be catching up. But look at this setup. Oh, and Adelito takes a little bit of extra, gets out of 318. So, 3 minutes is what we would expect out of, level 7 in a 6 to 9 matchup. This is a 10 to 13. This is where the quality of play just jumps, is when you get into days like semifinal Sunday and these two showing off exactly what that means. And man, it makes you wonder.
Adelito's board, oh, getting a little dangerous near the top there, but he did see the pill he needed. It was coming up, so he was willing to take the risk. A little light on well, was a little light on red. We managed to dig in. Now he's got a little bit of an issue with yellow, which could cause some issues depending on how he plays him. Right now, he's using to help him create some combos to get down to where there is more yellow on the board. And he is just absolutely destroying this level 12 as well here. We may have to get that hot time list ready with the way he's going on this one here. Meanwhile, on the other side, Swang just needs a little bit of red and blue to get out of this one here. Just trying to figure out exactly how he. Oh, I see what he plans. He probably plans on taking out the blues and then going for a horizontal
Yeah.
to get the blue there.
Unfortunately, Swung having to deal with the whole nobody puts virus in a corner situation. Out at a 447 and about two-thirds of a level behind.
Yeah, he is pretty far behind right now, but a pretty nice board for combos. Just look at this here with this yellow blue. He doesn't have any major issues. A little bit more red early on would be nice, but he's got that opened up now. And quick board here to get this down very quickly. It was a little bit of luck, and he could be right back in this match, though. It looks like just one more red here for Adelito, and he will be out of his level 12 at a 521.
Yep,
That's,
that is
I
exactly where he is.
I have no words to say to that.
And the the game is trying to slow him down a little bit as he doesn't have exact places to put any of like the first 3 pills that he gets in this level 13, but I mean, that's certainly sub 7 pace, the way he's moving. We'll just have to wait and see how the RNG goes, how the Adelito plays, and whether Swang can mount himself a comeback here.
And I'm looking at all these big combos that Adelito is doing here. He's doing setup after setup, and wow, are they paying off? He's getting just the pills he needs in order to just tear these pills down, these viruses down, because they're in such good positions for combos too. It's why wouldn't you take him down that way? Meanwhile, Swang just needs double yellow be absolutely perfect for him to take out those yellows right there, and it looks like he's going to try to hold on for it. May end up having
Yeah,
to manufacture. There's a double yellow. Now he just needs a couple reds, and he will be out at about a 648. But he's got 45 viruses to make up here. I'm not really sure that's possible, but anything can happen. We'll just have to wait and see.
yeah, it looks like a sub 7 is not going to be on the books for Adelito, but he is not going to be too deep into this 7-minute mark as he finishes up this board. Interesting to see kind of where he's going to put everything. That's kind of the game right now is just predicting where Adelito's putting, this piece or that piece. These double yellows going to be excellent for him. And now it is just a couple of pieces of red, and that will put him out. Uh, oh, a double red, just what the doctor ordered, because there he is out at a 732.
It's just an
Wow.
absolutely insane first match going to Adelito, but these are best of fives in the semifinal, if I remember right. So, still many chances here for Swan to get back in this.
All right, so that's 732, not even in the top 20, which is kind of an Adelito heavy zone here. Looking at those top times, have been 3 sub 7s, and you can guess who put all 3 of them in.
You.
Oh, yeah, totally me. Uh, now, this is a level block I have never played competitively. But yeah, so game 1 to Adelito GG's as Swung stops for a water break and straight out of a gallon jug. That's the way to do it. We've got our readies, and here we go in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
And as we get started here, it's a pretty blue heavy board on the Swung side and very little in the way of red near the top. That's going to cause him some problems. He's getting a lot of red early on. Meanwhile, Adelito has a lot of red at the top and virtually no blue. But as we know, blue is not exactly a common pieces that could come into Adelito's advantage with the way this is starting. Though look at Swung and these quick combos right here, just tearing the board down right in the center. Another beautiful horizontal right there, and trying to figure out what Adelito was planning with that blue pill right in the middle there.
There's no telling. With Adelito, there's always options. I think he's going to be dropping it down to the blue below those double yellows as soon as he gets another set of yellows. But yeah, you mentioned Swang really pulling off great combos, and a lot of that is just having the foresight and looking just, an extra layer down. As you see Adelito proving certainly got that capability as well. That is kind of hallmark of the play that Swang has been showing us. Because as you said, never getting quite the ideal pills, but it didn't hasn't turned into a problem yet because he's always looking just that one extra layer down, seeing what he can do with the viruses that he's given, and sometimes it is just really incredible to see. And he is just one red away. There it is. He's out at a 140. Adelito going to be out at a 141. Oh, I did not see that other one. So out at a 143.
Very close match between the two of these, which anytime you can say you're just a few seconds off from Adelito after the first level, that gives you a lot of confidence, can really get you motivated and get you thinking of how you can keep this lead and possibly get a crown against him. And Swang is doing exactly that. He is just cutting this board down. He is 8 viruses ahead. He's got a lot of pills and positions for several more clears. Meanwhile, Adelito's board, it's very blue heavy at the top, especially with the pills that he's getting. So that may end up slowing him down a little bit here, which is exactly what Swan wants to be hearing right now.
Yeah, Adelito's been using reds as a uh, strategic garbage, what we call it, but it really hasn't been all that helpful. He has found his way through, but he's definitely not getting what he needs. So these blue pills, yeah, blue reds, blue pills of any kind are going to be more helpful to Adelito, getting down towards the bottom of this board. But he has, while we've been talking, managed to get tied back up. And it's just going to be a matter of who's got the better positioning as Adelito, again, with a great combo to take the lead at 12 to 16, now 11 to 16.
Yeah, the biggest thing that allowed Adelito to get the lead here is Swang had a large period without any blues, and he got to a part of his board where almost everything was blue, and that really slowed him down. But look at this beautiful combo, pretty much almost retaking lead here. It's a 1 virus difference, despite that huge slump while he was waiting for an army of blues to show up. And going to be interesting who gets out of this level first. Swang just needs 3. Adelito needs 4. I'd say that Swang's in a little better position. He just needs 1. There's the he misplaced that red, but he gets it out there. And there's the blue. Adelito's out at 355. Swang is out at 358. This is still a very close second match.
Yeah, practically tied up. Again, though, Adelito putting together a good comeback in that first level after Swang had about a 4 or 5 second lead at the beginning of that one. So, yeah, I expect we'll see the same thing. Swang will make a comeback as well, and then we'll be looking at a tiebreaker at the end of 13. It's just there's your prediction right there. Mark it down. That's what's going to happen.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I love watching these two play and wouldn't mind to see a couple extra levels here and there, or possibly even to decide if it goes to that point. But right now, it's staying very close. In fact, it's about 3 virus lead as Adelito is just trying to get the right, looking like he's waiting for a double blue, which is kind of surprising to see anyone try waiting for a double blue. That is not exactly a pill you want to be waiting on. So it looks like Adelito's just giving up and going to manufacture his own. And watch this drop here. Boom. There goes so much of the board. Meanwhile, even with that, Swang is still got a couple virus lead here as he just needs, well, again, it's a mostly blue situation here at top. A little bit of red. If he gets a double red, he can get a nice combo up here. And it looks like he might hold out for that as well.
Yeah, I think that may be the plan and the play, but he's not going to hold off too hard. He's probably going to start thinking about manufacturing, or at this point, if he clears out this one red, it's not even going to be manufacturing as much as just building a platform. But this double red, exactly what he needs. And oh, he didn't break it, but he came awful close out at a 550.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
that was scary for a moment. I was hoping that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, that that came very close to breaking the game, and I think Swong knew that and was probably prepared for it. As we see Adelito getting out about a 602, But yeah, it's never fun and comfortable when you're in competition and the game starts acting like it's going to break.
Right now, though, Swang is trying to build up. Oh, look at this beautiful combo right here, taking now a 5 virus lead against Adelito and just extending that even further. You may have predicted this one pretty well. It looked like this will come down to the final few seconds here, and that's always exciting when you can see that. I'd say right now, Swang is in the better position again because he has a little bit more access to everything, while Adelito has no access to blue and needs a lot of yellow, and he needs it now. But right now, Swang is just everything is going his way. He's just tearing this board down. Just needs a little bit more red in order to get that to happen, though.
Yeah, the color diversity situation on Adelito's side is definitely a problem. And he's been getting double yellows after he needs them, not when he needs them, and that's never a fun place to be. But he's not having too many troubles making a use for everything that he's getting. But he's now down to a dozen viruses to Swang, and Swang definitely into his end game. Not everything free and clear yet, but he's very close to it. And I think, yeah, he's signaling that if he can get a red yellow, he is going to be very close to out of this level.
He's going to just go for a single red instead in order to finish that off right there. He just needs a pair of yellows right there. And at exactly 8 minutes, Swang takes the second match, and we got a real competition going on here now.
Absolutely. Take that best of five, crunch it down, make it a best of three. And that is what you're looking at now. And man, look at all the blue still on the board for Adelito. That's not fun. Game, come on now. You can do better.
And all these yellows he's getting right now, and he doesn't really need them, is not helping matters at all.
Yeah. He's waiting around for these blues, and now he can just start dropping down. There's that last blue. He's going to be out at 832.
Which is still a really good time, but quite a bit of a distance behind Swang's time in that second match.
Yeah. So Swung apparently he thought he had broken it and had not. That's the same situation I had, I believe it was last month in the silver bracket where it's I don't have a second controller plugged in. That's usually the fix is to have controller two plugged in and start jiggling the handle. But yeah, that was apparently there's like one virus short where that won't happen, and that's apparently what Swung did. That's crazy.
Got Team Chill versus Team Fever here as we get the next match going. And right now I'm looking at Swang's board. I'm rather liking well, for the most part, diversity. A little bit more yellow at the top would have been nice. Meanwhile, over on Adelito's side, again, it seems like that's been a common thing for these level 10s is having a lack of one color at the top. And in Adelito's case, it's blue. There's not a lot of blue early on. And what little blue there is, he's going to take off the board almost right away.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how he gets through that. I think I see exactly how he's gonna get through that. He's thinking horizontals, and yeah, this yellow red gonna be what he wants. Gonna knock everything quite a bit down. But oh no, he does have a lead, and with the time difference, there's about a 10-second time difference between these two. So any lead that you see for Adelito is just that much bigger because of the time difference between the start of their games.
Yeah, if it ends up that we have the matches end at about the same time, we take a look at the time on the screen, not the time that they actually finish that we see. It's going to be how their timers are set up.
Yeah. So looking over at what Swang's got to work with, uh, this there's no blue until there's a lot of blue. And I don't think that's going to be a major issue. But the way he just took those last things down, now he's isolated his yellow because he wants to handle these reds horizontally, I would imagine, preferably with a fat log, as we see Adelito out at a 135. That fat log is gone. That is dead on arrival. And now it's just a matter of getting these pills that he needs. But there's Swan getting what he needs out at just under 2 minutes.
Yeah, Atleo hasn't managed to build up much of a lead here. This board, again, there's not a lot of combo opportunities to get near the bottom of the board, while Swans looks much more friendly. Look at all those twos and threes of the same color together in certain patterns. They'll make it very easy for him to just rattle off any type of combo he wants to get right back into this match. He's only 7 viruses back, and I'm willing to bet he won't stay that far back for very long.
Yeah, especially not with combo play like that. Again, Swung looking at not a lot of access to blue in the top and middle of this board, but it hasn't really hurt him too much as the red yellows have been showing up. You got to think he's thinking about a double red to make a big fat log all red there, but might have to manufacture it. So we're just going to wait and see what the plan is. He is still setting up for it, and he can set up by stacking something on column six or on column five rather. But the question is, will he do it? And he's kind of run out of time. There's no more waiting around that he can do without really slowing his game down. There he's starting to build that manufactured or double red, and there's the setup. Hope he doesn't break the game again. Nope. Okay. But yeah, you can see Adelito already down to 4 viruses and just needs a double red or any 2 reds. There, he's going to get both. He's out at a 330.
Yeah, this was a conversation that I think you and I had yesterday is how long is too long to wait when you have one of those beautiful opportunities there? Sometimes you'll end up waiting up to a minute and then realize that it would have been better to take them out individually. Other times you'll take them out right away, and as soon as you decide to scrap the plan, you'll get the piece you needed. It's really difficult to try and make that decision.
Yeah, and I think with the number of setups that Swung had and as high up on the board as it was, waiting was the right decision just for a good chunk of the time. Unfortunately, he didn't have a good opportunity to make a manufactured double red until quite a bit later. But yeah, it's always a difficult question. And here we see Adelito making some wise plays, but really only seven, now 5 viruses ahead, as Swang has taken this opportunity to come storming back. And yeah, really like the plays that we're seeing from him. And Adelito a little hamstrung just by what's available on his top line.
Yeah, it's another one of the situation. There's not a lot of access to blue, and he's just trying to have to make access and use the blue as he can to work with combos. Well, now Swang is in that same position as well. He doesn't really have a lot of room for blue anywhere. I'm assuming he's waiting for uh, a yellow red for that column 1 and 2 in order to take all that down. But right now he's getting everything but, and he's again just trying to maneuver everything around and try and find, but he's not going to go for the yellow red. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, well, it would take a double red to make it clean. Now he can just drop it all down without any problems. It was because he had a red over in that column two as well. That was, I think, the sticking point as we see Adelito out at a 540 and on
I may
into the final level of this block.
I may have seen it wrong. I thought he had a yellow in that one. That's why I thought he needed a yellow red. So I'm glad that one of us is paying attention to this match.
Oh, it's no, but yeah, Swung has got himself backed up into a corner. Look at this virus at the bottom of column three. There's just not a quick method of getting that one out of the way. He is going to take some stuff out of the way here, but he's got to build down to that red, and it's a real fruit salad on top of it. Uh, it's just not a great situation, and that's gonna give Adelito a little bit of an advantage as he is down to 35 viruses in this level 13 and Swung just now getting access to that final red.
Yeah, unfortunately, this one is most likely going to go Adlito's way, but you never know. He could end up having a couple bad misdrops. He could end up breaking the game. We've seen anything and everything can potentially happen. So we'll just have to wait. But right now, it is about a 26 virus lead for Adlito. Swangdo's got some nice combo opportunities here, though, that he might be able to at least make this close. And in a situation like this, that's really your goal. You're not coming into this with the mindset of, I'm going to make all these viruses back and win. You come in with the mindset of, let's just see how close we can make it.
Yeah, and that sometimes that's just the best you can do. But yeah, keeping that positive mental attitude, that's a key element. And it's always been a key element of Swong's game. So I feel like that is something that he has excelled at. As we see Adelito now setting up his horizontals, everything is going to drop exactly the way he wants it. Doesn't quite get it all clear, but that is just because the doc didn't give him exactly what he wanted. Out at a 751, and he will take game number two. Or, sorry, game three. He's his second crown.
And Swung, though, now that he's near the bottom of the board, there's a lot of opportunities to take the wrestlers off really quickly. One would think that he might try to finish this off since there's not a lot left to do on this one, but we will have to see here. It looks like he might. All depends on how hard it is to get the remaining blues that he needs to finish off this board.
And just looking at the thumbnails over at the DrMC, I won't give you guys any spoilers, but it does look like they are down to a very tight final if they haven't already finished up. So definitely, if you're hanging out with us over here, keep an eye on the VODs and check out what's going on over there because it seems like everything I watched from that Phoenix Regional has been exceptional.
Yeah, there have been some very great matches over there that I was very happy to have been able to have caught. They're swung out at a 9-10 as we get everything reset for the fourth match. Swung needs to win this one in order to keep himself in this tournament.
And we are reloading Adelito's stream. That way the time can get good and synced up. And he has given his ready, but we're going to get ready for him. And there he is back. And once we've got it ready for Swung, oh, and we do have our raid from the DrMC. Welcome in, team. I didn't get to see exactly who won. We're not going to spoil it for anybody, but GG's to our finalists and everybody who took part over there. That was a great tournament from what we were able to see.
I'm willing to bet that
Welcome.
the winner was probably the fans. The fans absolutely won.
Yep. All right, we've got our readies from both players. And it's 3, 2, 1, and pills for game four of our first semifinal. We had Adelito take a solid game one, and Swung came roaring back in game two with a great time himself. Adelito just took game number three, and now you all are caught up. In fact, it looked like some versus play early on in this match there, Saros.
Yeah, lots of combos. We've been seeing that from both of these competitors. Absolutely love setting up for massive combos. We've had Swung try to break the game. Alito's come close to doing it. I'm almost expecting before this best of five is done, we are going to see another one of those happen where we have an almost break at this point.
It wouldn't surprise me too much. But yeah, at this point, we've got about a 5 virus differential with Adelito taking that lead. But Swang, with his good setups, is thinking about something bigger. And here that comes. Combo, combo, combo. And it's now a 6 virus lead.
Yeah, and he's given himself lots of opportunities for more stuff. He's got a horizontal with the blues available, a beautiful horizontal he just took with the yellow that opens up more horizontal opportunities at the bottom with blue. He's got a very nice board, and even though Adelito does have a minor lead, it's not anything you want to feel safe about right now.
Yeah, I'd say you're right, especially with that setup. Looks like, yeah, Adelito's going to have to set this up as a horizontal as well as a vertical on these blues in order to free up that yellow over in the corner. And that going to do it? That is going to do it. He's out at a 147. Swang going to be out at a 151 after a long wait for a final red.
Yeah, but this particular point, it's essentially a tie game, and going to be very interesting to see how these two play this out. Neither one of them have access to a lot of blue early on, though Adelito is quickly working to fix that, as is Swang. Now they have plenty of blue, but a shortage of red now on Swang's side. Looking at the way his board is patterned on the way down, that's going to be a recurring issue. He's always going to have, unless he builds this very carefully and does it in a staggered way, he's always going to have one color he has a severe shortage of.
Yeah, for Adelito, excuse me, that color right now is blue. But not been too much of a hindrance to him as he is still maintaining a 3 or 4 virus lead, depending on what second you look at it. And yeah, you got to think he's feeling pretty good with where he is at this moment. Swang trying to get his way down to the bottom of his board as well, and oh, had the opportunity for to drop that as a horizontal. I'm not sure if he didn't see it or didn't have the setup exactly the way he wanted it. I just kind of glanced over and saw it.
I think he was waiting for this double yellow right here for that.
Ah, super fat log. Got it. See, things I didn't notice because I wasn't looking soon enough. And now it's Swan with a minor lead.
Yeah, these two are just changing lead back and forth quite a bit. Right now, it is just a couple yellows that Swan will need. Just two will get him out of this level, and there's one of them there, and a double yellow when he only needs one. He is out at a 335. Meanwhile, Adelito, he's going to need a little bit of time to get through just because of how far apart those two reds are. If you get a nice bunch of reds together, he'll be able to get through this real quickly. But Swang is already trying to cut as many of these as possible off the board to maintain this lead as Atlito is finally out at a 355. Look at that nice T into a combo by Swang.
Yeah, I want to say that 19 seconds may be the biggest lead we've seen for Swan yet in this match. I'm not even sure if during his own winning game, if he was ever at that much ahead. So this is definitely a good place for Swung to be. And Adelito, wow, not a lot of red at the top of this board. So we're gonna have to wait and see if that turns out to be a problem for him. So far, it hasn't been. The doc not giving him too much in the way of red virus or red pill halves that he can't use. But uh, that can change soon. And I may have jinxed him because here comes a red blitz. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad.
But your red blitz right now is what Swang needs. He's taking down the reds slowly, but he had a large number of reds at the top of his board. Not a lot of reds are coming his way, though. He's using near the bottom to try building for a nice long horizontal there for couldn't quite get that twisted around for the horizontal he was going for on the yellow. That might slow him down just a little bit. But he should be able to fix most of this very quickly here. There we go. Now he's just got a couple more reds to go. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Was that double yellow there?
Yeah, no, he was, I think, looking to drop things down a little bit further. Is going to set up the yellows on top here so that this drop happens. And then it's a matter of getting enough blues to be able to finish this board. Ah, there's that great combo and out at a 548. So, yeah, really good vision from Swang there. As we look over at Adelito, he is just 5 irises back. Is going to be able to take these reds horizontally, and yeah, just needs two more reds after this one. And there's one, there's two, and a spare out at a 605.
I am drooling at all the combo opportunities and pairs and triplets that are on Swang's board here. Pretty much any piece can trigger anything here with the way that the top of this board and even the middle of his board. This is a board that a versus player would die for.
And it's not too much. It's about the same over here on Adelito's side. As you see, he is taking out two big rows of reds with just a couple of combos because everything was just stacked so beautifully. Is looking at some garbage, but you know that nothing is ever garbage for too long where Adelito is concerned. And Swong showing he can do the exact same thing. Shout out to the exact same. And hasn't been, neither one of them is having any trouble at all with his boards. And it is still an 8 virus lead for Swong, who is going to get this drop horizontal. That is really nice.
Yeah, it's starting to look more and more like we may have called it when we said there was going to be a decider in this match, because barring any major pill drought of one kind or another, this looks very much like it's going to be Swung's match here.
Yeah, I'd say that is a fair assessment. But, we never know. As, yeah, it's going to need, it's, there's some blues. That's going to be very helpful for Swong. Adelito with great setups. This red yellow perfect for him, but he's still got a traffic light on the left as Swong out at a 750, and yep, it's decider time. Get those cups, fill them up, because here we go. It's decider time.
Wow, these have all been very exciting matches, and a couple of them been extremely close.
All right. So one game to win them all. I'm not going to try to make up the rest of the rhyme as we go, but it is going to be something. And yeah, this is still just a semifinal match. We've still got two more players to introduce here in a little bit. And, then we've got to see a final between the winner of this one and the winner of the next one. I mean, it's great. Can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and this is a position I don't know if Adelito has been in too often, where it becomes a best of one in the semifinals for him. So, be interesting to see if we see a little bit of nerves for him, or if we see him taken up to the next level. As we got a 3-2-1 pills, and both of them are off right away with some nice quick combos here. Take a bunch of viruses off. A double. Oh, so I might go for that which he just did right there with that double red on left side. Meanwhile, on Swang's side, well, he's setting up for combos as well, which is pretty much both these people's bread and butter. It's what they prefer doing more than anything else. And beautiful T there to prove it.
Yeah, it's been really good play for both players. And yeah, you love seeing the RNG not being too difficult for either one, just giving them the opportunity to make their setups, make what they believe to be the best possible plays. And I feel like that one for Swong, not what he was hoping to get, as that little bit of a slowdown has left him just a little bit behind. He's now 5 viruses behind Adelito, waiting around, I think, for a double red or a red blue. This red yellow not going to be very helpful to him. And yeah, he's still stuck at that 22 virus mark. Adelito already down to 8. Uh, Interesting use of the double red. That right hand side is not where the problems are. There he goes. Finally gets that combo knocked off, and yeah, now Swan can kind of focus on the rest of this board.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Waiting as long as he did was in the best interest. He had a lot of blue that he could have used in the pills he had later on. But just really holding out for that red blue managed to give Adelito a pretty significant lead early on in this match.
Yeah, I'd say that's not unfair, as Swang's still just needing a lot of yellow help and a couple of reds to get out of this board. That's going to be a helpful yellow. Oh, don't think that's where he wanted to place it. Let's see. Yeah, I think he was wanting to tuck it underneath there. And yeah, oh, he's going to have himself another. Yeah, it redeemed itself. So now just a couple of reds, a red yellow is going to be great for Swung, and he's going to be out with one more yellow at a 227. But yeah, that's about 30 seconds of time that Adelito has had to play in this level number 11, and he is already down to 27 in that.
There is a good and a bad to the way Swung's board set. He's got a lot of pills really close together up high, which will give him a lot of combo opportunities to get right back in this match. But that big hole in the middle on rows 2, 3, and 4 has potential for a lot of extra drop time that Adelito didn't have to deal with, which could tilt things a little bit more in Adelito's way unless Swung is able to play these very carefully.
Yeah, and what almost went against Adelito there is he almost had a full glitch as the whole thing stuttered up. I'm pretty sure that was even one more than what we saw from Swang earlier. As I believe the way that Adelito has his game set up is that he's got both controllers keyed to the same level. You know, he is a known keyboard player out at a 340. And I believe he's got it set up to where he can just keep wiggling keys on the same with the same setup in order to get out of one of those glitches because that seemed like it was a full glitch to me.
It seems like every prediction we've had for this match has come true except for the tiebreaker. Could we see that in the near future?
It's possible. And
But
if it's going to happen, it's going to be a big one from Swang.
yeah, Swan is a little bit behind right now, but we still got two levels to play. Well, about a level and a half for Adelito, and anything can happen. We have seen, it's rare, but we have seen just due to bad pill combinations and misdrops to top out at 13. I'm not saying Adelito is going to do that, obviously. It seems unlikely, but anything can happen. Is why we always play these games out to the completion, regardless of how much of a lead it looks like someone may or may not have.
Yeah, and I will say that the absence of or the amount of yellow that Adelito had at the top of this board did not give him an ability to really maintain and protect the lead that he's built. It was really kind of cruel at the top. He has already gotten past that stage, but it was looking kind of rough as we see Swang getting down to within about 20 of where Adelito is. But yeah, at this point, definitely feel like Adelito's got the advantage. But like you said, there's no guarantee of anything here until the game is over.
Yeah, and it looks like a nice set of blues here. There's one and one more for Adelaide. We'll get him out of this level 12 at a 538. Meanwhile, Swung 22 viruses behind, but he's got some opportunities here to take a lot of them out in horizontals and combos that will allow him, like this nice cross right here, allow him to try catching up a little bit, but he's going to have a lot of work cut out for him as there is a very, very combo friendly board here for Adelito, which is not what Swan wants to be hearing right now.
Yeah, heavy on the red yellow up top, but you see that he didn't spend all that much time in the up top to begin with. That was some really smart play from Adelito that has gotten him down to the point where he is right now. He just needs another yellow and preferably a double yellow, I'm sure. But yeah, it takes it with the yellow blue to work his way even further down as Swung joins him at a 631 here in this final level of the block. Not a bad level for Swung, just not the magic that he is going to need to be able to pull out a victory here in this decider.
Yeah, with Adelito taking out that red yellow at the top before the speed got a little bit too high to make that simple. This is looking pretty close to a lock for Adelito, but again, it's like we said, it's just trying to see how close you can get. It's the best mindset to have when you're going against someone like Adelito, who's proven many times that he has the ability to win this tournament. You do want to go in there hoping you win, but at the same time, you want to have that realistic mindset. As long as you keep it realistic, you'll do well and you might end up winning, but won't be happening for Swung this time as Adelito is out at a 725 and will be moving on to the finals.
GG's to both of our players. That was a heck of a match. They took it all the way to a decider, and man, we had just about everything in that one. As Swung, trying to get this triple out of the way I don't think he's paying attention to the chat, and I can't say I blame him. That is not what I want to be doing in the middle of a tournament. But yeah, it's just been a really solid match. So GG's to both players. If you're not already, be sure to give them both a follow. They are putting themselves out there for you and putting together a great match. So GG's to both of them.